Now this is going to be a little more tricky because we have the nose sticking out here. I pulled off the tip. We'll re-glue that after just to make life a little easier. We may have to take a Dremel bit and maybe cut around and take this off in sections, but we'll find out. Top. Oof. Now we got a bunch of silicone we have to clean up out of here and then smooth this whole area down. Get a little bit of fog on the top area. We'll just sand all that down. A little jeweler's paper, shine that right up. I took all the plexiglass off. It took a little while. Sometimes you struggle with it and you go, oh my God, it's never coming off. And then boom, it just pops off. And that's what happens. That's what happened on all the sides. It looks good. I like it. Really came out well. We did have a problem with the final pour. The instructions said you could go 2 to 4 inches on the epoxy, and I felt 4 inches is way too much. There'll definitely be issues with that. But I went over 2 inches, and there was issues. It heated up too much. But what came out of it looks really cool. I mean, it's just one of those things where you have a happy mistake. I think Bob Ross, the painter, quoted that term. I'm not sure, happy trees, happy mountains, and happy mistakes. Sometimes you do something you think is wrong, and you step back and say, I like that. It's staying. And that's what happened here. A little walk around and close up and show you what happened and show you really how cool that mistake was. And I'll show you right now. We'll turn you around. All right, this is how it came out. As you can see, there's a little bit of fog on here, but that's okay. We're going to sand that down with, we're going to start out with a P2500, very fine paper. And then we'll finish up with the P3000, and then we'll polish it, and that'll be as clear as a bell. We got some of that fog on all the sides. You can see on this side, I have to get that silicone off there. That was in the plexiglass to keep from leaking. But as I poured this resin, it heated up too much. And you can see we got these distortions in it. But look at that. I really like that. It looks like water. It looks like flowing water. And all the edges got this, which also is very interesting. I like that very much. It looks like water. It adds a lot of interest to the piece. And when it all is sanded and polished, I think it's going to look awesome. Now on the top, on the surface, we're going to add some clear silicone and make waves. And we're going to put some white dye all around where the water meets the sub to make like foam. Make it look like foam. Let me turn the lights on here to show you the lights are working. The octopus cracker's eye is working nicely. Now here on the edge, we're going to put a piece of hardwood. I think I'll get some mahogany, not mahogany, maybe some maple. We'll stain it, and it'll, I think 1 by 1 would look good. We'll 45 the corners like a picture frame and have it go all the way around. So yeah, I'm very happy the way that came out. I like I told you before in the other video, sometimes you get these happy mistakes that really aren't mistakes. They were unavoidable. Something happened that pretty much out of your control. But you wind up with something pretty awesome, and I think that's awesome. So, so we'll continue on. I don't know if I have any maple hair available. I'll have to take a look. If not, I'll go pick up a piece. You're always relieved when things work out in the end. It certainly did not ruin the heating up of the epoxy, didn't ruin the outcome. I think it enhanced it in a way. It gives it some real interest. I like it a lot. Now, there's one more thing I have to add to the sub at the very end, and that is some brass railings. And I didn't want to put them on until I was done because they're so delicate. It easily could have damaged them. And there they are. Those are them right there. Got to cut it out of these pieces. I don't know if you can even see them. They're so small. But I think they go all the way around the top of the sub. And I'm going to damage one of them, or maybe a couple of them, to make it look like the kraken crushed them. Probably wind up crushing them myself. Never mind the kraken. But so that's upcoming. Hey everybody, I just finished the Nautilus and the kraken and the epoxy and all that. I was just putting some finishing touches on it. I'll bring you around, we'll do a walk around and I'll show you how it came out. I'm happy with it. There's things that I said I was going to do that I didn't do. I made some changes on the fly, which is what you do. When you build things and you create things, you change things as you see fit, as you move along. One of them was I was going to put stained hardwood all the way around the bottom of the platform it sat on, and I went to something else. I had something else in my stash, and it worked out very well. So let me give you a walk around. All right, there's the Nautilus and the Kraken. I wound up using the sign that came with the model. I wasn't going to use it at first, but it seemed to fit perfect with what I've done, so I used it. Just had to paint it a little bit. The base, I went from the hardwood to just pine, but I had that rope trim, and I thought that would look great as a maritime motif on there, and I was correct, and I painted it black. I like that. I'm very happy with the way things came out. I did the waves up on the surface. Way these corners came out, very happy with that. I mean, that, like I said, was it wasn't planned. It's just the way it came out. The epoxy got too hot. As you can see, the epoxy itself is a little blurry, which is exactly how the ocean looks. I'm very happy with that. Sometimes mistakes work out for the best. Oh, well, let me shut the light off here so we can see the lights. Kraken's eye. Get the port and starboard lights on. One thing that didn't work out, and I put a clear coat on, and it fogged up the plastic window. But I shined up a couple of them. I used some solvent, and I rubbed the clear coat off, and it's fine under that clear coat. So I got to do that to that whole window. It'll be a little time consuming. I'm not going to do it on video, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm very happy with it. I still have the brass railings to put on. I haven't done that yet. But I did want to wrap this up in this video. So we're waiting for the electronics to come in the mail. It's the, I straighten you out there. It's the voice and lights for this guy. And this is going to be our next build, our next video. I'm going to unbox those electronics. We'll plug them in. We'll listen to the voices, the different voice commands on it, and check out all the lights, make sure everything works properly before we start putting the model together and installing those things. There's one thing I wish I knew. I didn't realize till it was too late. There's a remote control for those lights and those voices. I didn't know that they had that available. I would have pulled the trigger on that. Kind of too bad, but it's too late also. You have to let them know you want that, and they'll solder that up. It'll be ready to go. So, I mean, nothing to do about it. Maybe I'll see about they'll sell the electronics for that separate. We could solder it up. I don't know. But we'll see what we can do. All right, I'll see you in the next one.